you talk about quarterback situation with losing one this week?
Yeah. Baker obviously decided to leave the program, and so we got Michael and Davis, and so that's we'll move forward with those two.
Did you have any long conversations with Baker as far as trying to keep him with the program, or I mean, how exactly did that transpire with him leaving?
Yeah, we had a good talk, and he didn't give me many specifics as to why, but he definitely emphasized that he was ready to move on. And I'm proud of what he's accomplished here, and we'll be his biggest fan moving forward.
Did you kind of see that coming? I mean, he started 7 games for us. I mean, did you kind of see that coming? He started 7 games for you?
No, I didn't see it coming.
He made some comments since he left. I mean, did you feel like there were communication issues or disagreements that led to this?
No. Yeah, that was news to me.
Does that help with the logjam at quarterback now? Do you just have the two to kind of work with?
No, I mean, you love to have 3 guys. Depth is great at that position. And like I said, I couldn't be a bigger fan of Baker Mayfield, and would cheer him on wherever he ends up. And proud of what he accomplished. Won Big 12 Freshman of the Year, and that's something that's great for our entire program.
What was the team's response to that news?
They're a resilient group. Everybody liked Baker. Coaches like Baker. But if he felt there was a better situation elsewhere, that's what he needed to do.
Did you guys talk about maybe, was it a money thing or a scholarship thing, or was he waiting for something to come on the table? Is that why he probably took off? Or
I have no idea.
Did you have a plan on giving him a scholarship after this year when one came up?
Yes.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
When did you become aware that he was not happy?
What's today? Friday? Wednesday?
Is Connor Bowen the third-string quarterback for the Holiday Bowl?
We haven't decided yet. We're going to have some tryouts.
I'm assuming no starter named yet.
No, there's not been a starter named. Never was.
Who are your possible third quarterbacks?
We'll have to go through it. I really haven't taken time. There's some guys that used to play quarterback around here, so we'll have to put in some special packages if that would happen.
Would the term amicable be to describe the split, or you understood what he was saying, he understood what you were saying, and it's bye-bye?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get many specifics for why he was leaving. I just knew that he wanted to leave. And so we wanted him here, and he knows that. He knows how I feel about him. But if he feels that's the best thing for him, then that's what he needed to do.
Coach, there's a lot of things swirling about Coach Cumbie. Is there any news with regarding his status here at Texas Tech?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's been on the road recruiting, and so you'd have to ask him on that one.
Is your expectation that he's going to be heading elsewhere?
Like I said, you'll have to ask him. I haven't had a sit-down conversation with him yet.
You don't have an expectation one way or another?
I don't.
Has there been a decision made on tomorrow on whether or not he will return?
There is not. That's on him and his family. I'm sure been researching, and we want what's best for Jace, and I've had conversations with him, and so we'll see how that process plays out.
Surprised that Coach Cumbie might be leaving?
No. I think it's a credit to what he's done here, and I think if he does take that job, people should be proud of that he's coveted in that manner, that they'd reach out to him. And so, yeah, I think that's the way the profession goes. When you have success like he's had, you're going to try to progress and move forward in your career.
Has he brought up any reasons or concerns for why he might want to move on? A few at all in the past?
We've had discussions about career-oriented goals, things of that nature.
Do you want to elaborate on
That's a private conversation between he and I.
But generically speaking, you'd almost see that as your role to help your staff be able to move along, to move their career upward.
Yeah, if you're not, then you're not doing something right. And I think, watching Coach Sumlin, all the guys he's had off his staff, it's a credit to him and the success he's had. And so we'd love to have everybody here become a head coach, and that's everybody's goal that's in this program.
Has anyone contacted you to talk to him?
To talk to
ask permission to talk to someone?
To Coach Cumbie? No.
Is that in the contract? Does another school have to contact you before they talk to any of your assistants?
I don't believe so.
Have you been contacted by any of your coaches?
Yes.
Mind say which one?
No. I won't speak on that.
Clayton Nicholas left the program as well. Have there been any other departures since the end of the regular season?
He did. That's it for right now.
Can Can you talk about bowl practice and maybe how it's been going?
It's been going well. It's been going well. I think, the Holiday Bowl, none of these seniors have been outside of Texas, as far as I know, for bowls. And so I know they're excited about that trip. San Diego's a great place to spend a week, and they're excited about the opponent, too. It's one of the better teams in the country, played in the Pac-12 championship, and so it'll be a great challenge.
You've had a chance to look at some film since the last time we talked to you. What have you seen from Arizona State?
They're good on both sides of the ball. I'm pretty familiar with Todd Graham going back to when he was at Tulsa and I was at University of Houston. He's done a tremendous job everywhere he's been, offensively and defensively. So we're going to have our hands full. They're a very talented team, and they lost a couple close games that they probably could have won. So we know we have our hands full.
Coach, would you kind of compare them kind of to Baylor, a team that you've already seen with the way they run it and throw it?
Yeah, Baylor's putting up stats at an astronomical pace, so I wouldn't go there. But they are very difficult to contain because they do a great job with that quarterback. They have 2 running backs, a receiver, tight ends, and they bring a lot of different formations, motions, things of that nature.
What is Bruce Jones' status now?
He's healthy. Yeah, we sat him out, did the concussion, deal with him, and he'll be ready to go for the bowl game.
Is he back on the field yet?
He is. He's been practicing, I guess, about a week now.
Coach, with a lot of those injuries at the end of the season, are you expecting a lot of these young guys during this bowl practice maybe step up for a game?
We'll see. The bowl practices, a lot of this time of year before you get close to the game is for the younger guys, kind of like an extra spring ball and get them a bunch of reps. And so it's been good. Young guys have been playing well and very spirited out there so far.
Cliff, with the All-American Award starting to roll in now for Jace, how do you feel like, or what did he do the most to kind of tap into his potential to go from a guy who could do it to a guy who actually did it?
Yeah, I think, he stayed healthy, number one. That was huge. And then Coach Morris has been great for him, having played inside receiver in a similar offense. I think route technique, working hard, practicing hard, I think all those things, you got to credit Coach Morris with a lot of that. And then Jay's, too, growing up and taking responsibility.
Anything else?
Have you talked to his son since he or sent him a text or anything? Contract?
No. But he's making some money now.
Will you name a starter before you go to San Diego, or will that be something you decide internally down there?
Yeah, we'll have a starter, but we won't. Y'all won't know until the game.
So try out there?
Yeah, but we don't have one yet. I can tell you that much.
Cliff, are the players going home prior to Christmas for?
They're not. We're going to fly out Christmas Day and we'll practice straight through.
Cliff, how did obviously Davis had that stretch of 5 games where he started and performed well on the front end of that, and it seemed like toward the end of the season it looked like he had dropped back to 3rd. What was his kind of progression, or how did you feel about him?
Yeah, I thought he played great, and he didn't drop back to 3rd. And we put Mike in to get him some reps and see where he's at. Really, after coming off that injury and those late in game situations, so we thought he could get some good reps. So they've all competed great, all 3 of them throughout. And now we're down to 2, and we'll see how it shakes out moving forward.
Coach, is Mike looking pretty good now? I mean, the back's good. He's good to go. Everything's good.
He's healthy. Yeah, he's just got to keep continuing to work. There's a lot of reps he missed over that time, and he's a competitor. He's been out there fighting, and he'll continue to get better.
How has the progression of the rush defense been over these past few weeks?
Haven't had a look at it. We throw it a lot, so I don't know.
Being down to Michael and Davis with one recruit committed, what is the number of quarterbacks that you'd like to have on scholarship, and would you consider taking an extra quarterback in this class?
Yeah, you'd like to have 5. That's the ideal number for what we do, but we're happy with where we're at, and we've done it with 3 before.
So you're not necessarily looking to add another guy before February?
Means you have to participate in more drills.
Yeah, got to keep that arm fresh, ready to go. So.
Coach, with you guys leaving on Christmas, is there anything special you guys doing for Christmas with the team as a whole?
I'm sure we'll have a meal, things of that nature, but we'll fly down there, and it'll be good to get down there. But no, there's not a pageant or anything like that going on. So.
Would you anticipate some closure with Coach Cumbie by the end of the weekend?
We'll see. Like I said, he's been on the road, and I'm sure we'll have a good talk, and y'all probably know when I know.